Hi, it's Rachel from Crowned by Rachel, and we're going to talk about how long does a wig last. I've covered some of this in some of my previous videos, but I'm going to go into a little more detail on that. The wig in front of me is a synthetic wig. It is not a heat-friendly synthetic wig. It is just plain synthetic, which means plastic. It's plastic. So there are some things that you can't do to plastic, and one is put a lot of heat to them. The other thing is, when a synthetic wig comes in, I don't know if the camera is going to reflect it, but you're going to see it's got this shiny, glassy look. I've sprayed this a little bit, but not quite enough right here in this area. It's real glassy looking. I personally like to take a little bit of dry shampoo and put a little bit of dry shampoo in all of them, just to take that waxy, shiny plastic look off. And it don't take much. See, just like that, and it's gone. So the way you're going to care for this wig is very carefully, because you have to be careful as to what you're going to do to it that could make it frizz up, because when it frizzes up on a synthetic wig, there's no fixing that except a haircut. So you're going to be sure that if you're wearing a wig this long, that it is flipped out from behind your collar, that it is not rubbing on a chair, that your seat belt is not catching it, that you're not taking a roll around in the chair, and that you're not sleeping in it, because that will ruin it. So the way you're going to care for this is when it's on your head, you're going to keep it on your head, but you're also going to keep your hands out of it. You don't need your hands in your hair the whole time. Put it on, set it, and be done with it. Be sure that it's popped out from behind your collar and not catching friction if it's this long. If it is one of the shorter wigs, you have a lot more options. I'm not a real big fan of anything past the shoulders. And part of the reason is because they get in the way and they get that frizzy look. So this is what I tell everybody. If you're gonna start with this wig this long, just know that we're eventually gonna have to cut it, because I can only work with it so long before it gets really ratty looking. So the way you're gonna care for it is very carefully. You're going to need to be sure you have a good leave-in, and you're going to need to be sure that every night when you take it off that you detangle it and don't let just rats build up under it, because it'll ruin it really quick. So that's how you're going to care for a synthetic wig, full synthetic wig. Now, heat-friendly wig. This is a heat-friendly wig. Right here you have a little more leeway. If this wig, let's change wigs. This is a heat-friendly synthetic wig. If this wig gets frizzy, you can take heat to this and straighten it out. You're going to have a little more play action on this. But the same thing goes. You want to take care of it. You don't want to take this off and let it stay ratted up for days on end. You need to be sure every night that you take your wig off that has any length, detangle it just with your fingers. Just run your fingers through it. Also, some Restore leave-in conditioner. So that's why you're going to take care of this one. And watch your fire on all your heat friendlies. Watch your fire on all wigs. I went through all that to tell you this. A wig's going to last a minimum of 6 months, providing that you take care of it right. You can actually rat out and kill a wig within a week or 24 hours. So the more careful you're with your wig, the more conditioning you keep in it, the more tangles you keep out of it, the more gentle you are with it, the longer it's going to last. So they can last. I have people that will get one like when they're going to start chemo, and it'll take them all the way through their chemo, which is a year. I have one lady, true story, I don't know how it's happened to this day. She wore her wig 4 solid years. 4 solid years. She brought that wig back into me, and she got it during chemo, and her hair came in terrible. She still wears a wig to this day because it never came back the way she wanted it. That wig looked absolutely flawless on the outside, and it was a short, kind of spiky Lisa Rinna look. Beautiful wig. But it was just barely sitting on her head, because what had happened is the elastic had worn out, but the wig on the outside hadn't worn out. It still had its shape, it just wasn't fitting tight on her head. Quality of wig. That's where your quality comes in. You're going to lose some of the elasticity in a wig, period. You're going to. But You can even lose some elasticity and then resort yourself to some bobby pins if you keep the top of it looking good. If the top of it still looks good, all you got to do is camouflage underneath. So a wig can last anywhere from 24 hours to longer. I have a lot of people that get 1 wig a year. I have a lot of people that get 2 to 10. So it just depends on your budget, and your budget has a lot to do with it too. What quality are you buying? The higher the quality, the longer it's going to last. But even at that, you can buy the highest quality wig, and if you don't take care of it right, it's not going to last. So gentleness is important. I tell everybody, this is my little tagline, if you will, to everyone that buys a wig. You are buying an accessory. It is a silk shirt with fine lace and pearls. So you're going to treat it that way. That means you're not going to just throw it around. You're not going to sleep in it. You're going to take really good care of it. And when you take really good care of it, they last a long time. So go into my beauty community on my webpage, Crowned by Rachel. I want to hear from you. What do you have to tell me about wigs that you have bought that have lasted? I will say there are some magazines out there, and there are some stores in different areas that there are some $39, $49, $29 wigs. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying what works for me is these brands, and they last longer. So I want to hear from you. If you have something to share that you think could help another woman, that's what this is about. Women building women up, sharing knowledge. I'm Rachel at Crowned by Rachel, and I would love to fix your crown. Call me today.